Alright, hello everybody, how's it going? Today we're gonna talk about our build for the 3.20 Sanctum Lib. So this is a Orb Trickster and we are playing in SSF softcore. And so far from what I see from PoE Ninja, there isn't anyone, or there isn't a lot of people playing Orb Trickster as opposed to the previous lib. So I don't know, maybe the hype died down. But personally, I quite like it. So I played it again for league start this time round, and currently we are at level 92. I'm not sure whether we'll go any higher in level due to limitations. I'm not sure whether I can survive enough to reach level 93, but we'll see. But there won't be any major differences in the build, I would think. Yeah, so I'll go through some of the things for this build, or skills or items, some of the offensive and defensive details, and then I'll give an overall impression of the build as well as a map showcase. Yeah, so going into it, we are currently running on CI and we have about 4.8k energy shield. And for defenses, we have 5% fist damage reduction. This is mainly due to having one minimum endurance charge, 70% chance to evade attacks. We also have, we have cap rest. We have 89% spell suppression chance, but with our quartz flask up, we'll have 99%, so it's more or less pretty decent. And we have 66% spell damage prevention as well. And because we're CI, we're immune to chaos and poison and whatnot. We have 33% chance to block attack damage because of our shield, which I'll go through later on. We have 100% chance to avoid stun, 40% to avoid bleed and poison. But anyway, we are immune to poison. And then we have 25% chance to avoid elemental ailments because of one of the mods. Yeah, so that is more or less a general sense of things. So going into our skill gems, so on our weapon we have Arcane Surge linked to Frost Blink and Culling Strike. So this is really just for the extra oomph, you know, when fighting bosses, it's good to have that Culling Strike. Yeah. On our helmet, we are running Vortex with Inspiration and Bone Chill, as well as Cold Snap. So Cold Snap mainly to gain Frenzy charges, and it has higher levels of chill as well, as compared to everything else. Yeah. And then Inspiration with Vortex is just to lower, it's also to lower down the mana cost, so that I can, since it's on right click, you know, I don't have a lot of mana, it's like 69 mana. Yep. And then on our shield, we are running Discipline, which we got a lucky corruption on, so it's level 21 Discipline. And Herald of Ice, as well as Ice Bite, so that we can generate frenzy charges more easily, as well as to increase its damage. Yep. Yeah, that's right. And then on our boots, we are running a cast when damage taken, but actually this is just with Immortal Core. The other two links is actually for Arctic Armor as well as Grace. So Grace, we couldn't get a level 21 Grace, but it's fine. We are leveling another Grace at the moment. And we are also running Arctic Armor, so that we have more fist damage mitigation, as well as immunity to freeze. Yeah. And then on our gloves, we are running Arcanist Brand with Frost Bomb, Frostbite, and Shock Nova. So Shock Nova is mainly just to give us that extra damage with the shock. Usually it gets about 10%, 10 to 15% shock, so that's decent. Yeah. And then we have Unset Ring with Frost Shield in it. And on our main body chests, we have Winter Orb, of course, linked to Inspiration, GMP, increased crit damage, power charge on crit, which we recently changed into, and increased crit strike. So previously it was linked to a cold pen, but I figured I need a more sustainable way to gain power charges. Otherwise, the damage can be quite bad, especially during boss fights. Yeah, so I decided to switch out to power charge on crit. Yeah. So for the gear wise, for our weapon, we are running a Opal Wand with, what's this? Is this T1, T2 cold damage to spells, T2 increased crit strike chance for spells, which is pretty sick. Some increased projectile speed, and then we crafted on increased cold damage. Yeah, and we also have a decent amount of mana. And then for our shield, we are running this pretty nice shield with T2 increased evasion and energy shield, and 8% chance to block, which is why we have 33% chance to block attack, and also some mana regen to help us with the sustain. And then we crafted on energy shield just to bring us up a bit more. Yeah. For our helmet, we are running Hillbreeze Circlet so that we have more energy shield. It has, you know, decent stuff, some energy shield percentage. We crafted on flat energy shield, and it gives us dex and some cold rest. It's not the best. I'm still trying to craft something better to replace it, but it works for now. Yeah. And we also have the Ether of Worst implicit, 6% of Fist taken as fire damage, which helps somewhat. Yeah. As for our gloves, it's quite, I mean, it's mainly for the elemental resistance, adding 40 to 45 resistance to all three elements. Yeah, and then we have tier 2 hybrid evasion and energy shield flat, and then we just crafted on the hybrid percentage evasion and energy shield. Yeah, but the implicits are pretty sick. So we have the Searing Exarch implicit. For freezers, you inflict spread to other enemies within a radius of 12. So this helps a lot with you know, spreading the freeze and making sure during maps we kind of spread it to everyone. Yeah. And then the Ether of Worst one also with a 5% chance to suppress spell damage, so it helps a lot. For our boots, it's also for the resistances as well as mana and some flat evasion. So we have tier 1 hybrid flat evasion and energy shield. Yeah, we have to craft on the movement speed. Ideally, I would want to craft on the movement speed with the immune to chill, I think. Yeah, but I haven't unveiled it yet, so I cannot craft it on. Yeah, and the implicits are pretty lame, useless to us because we are immune to freeze anyway, so doesn't matter. Then for our belt, it's just a lot of energy shield. Tier 1 energy shield, and we crafted on regenerate 150 energy shield per second, just for some extra sustain. Yeah. If we can find something better, we'll replace it. Then for Unset Ring, this is where we get our minimum endurance charges, as well as a 4% chance to gain endurance charge on Q. So this was from an unveiled item. Yeah, I dropped from Syndicate. Yeah, so I quite like it. Helps with our survivability, so that's good. For Amulet, we are running a turquoise amulet, mainly for the stats. 23 to all attributes and 53 to strength, because we are lacking a lot in strength, so this really helps. It also gives us 21% increase max energy shield, and we crafted on the increased global crit strike chance. Yeah. Then for our other ring, it's also for the strength and resistances, plus 14 to all resistances. And we crafted on some mana as well as the 6% of damage taken recouped as mana. Actually, I might change it out later on. Yeah, we'll see. And then lastly, for our chest piece, we're running a Necromancer Silk, so this dropped as 6 link. Yeah, so that's why we are using it. It's not the best, but it's pretty good. We have tier 1 energy shield flat and tier 3 percentage energy shield, as well as some decent resistances and intelligence. And we also have the implicit to gain a frenzy charge every 15 seconds. So it's not 100% uptime because our frenzy charges only last about 12 seconds, but it helps. Yeah. And then just some extra resistances just to top it off. Yeah. So for our flask, we're running mainly granite for some extra feast mitigation. Quicksilver obviously, diamond and quartz for the phasing and for the spell suppression. So all of them except for my diamond, which I haven't been able to get, is running on the chance to gain flash charges when you do a crit strike. So in terms of sustain, it's pretty decent during a map, and even during bosses it does run out, but at least it gets refilled after some time since our crit chance is pretty high. Yep. So yeah, that's it for the gear and for the gems. So going into our skill tree, so we are Trickster, so mainly we are getting our stun avoidance from this cluster over here. We also got corrupted blood cannot be inflicted on you, and so here we have 10% chance to avoid being stunned, another 20% that makes 30, another 30% over here that makes 60. And we also got this shield cluster, which gives us 25% chance, which gives us 85%. And the last bit we're actually getting from our jewel over here, this hypnotic eye jewel, which gives us 23% chance to avoid being stunned. Yeah, then that gives us like 108%. So that's great. So this jewel is pretty decent. Some flat energy shield and armor as well. Yeah. So mainly we are getting all the crit notes, the spell suppression notes with the plus 3% of suppressed spell damage, and then the life and energy shield, spell crit. We got as much of the reservation efficiency notes as we can over here and down below over here as well. And then we went down to get the spell suppression cluster and this evasion cluster so that we can get the 25% increased mana reservation efficiency for Grace. And then we went CI over here, get some AoE. We got Wicked Ward obviously to synergize with our Spellbreaker. And then we got the cold damage cluster over here with 25% chance to gain frenzy on Shatter. Yep. And then we got the Disciple of the Forbidden for the power charges generation and all the perks of it. Some mana, and to get the 10% reduced mana cost, so that it helps with our sustain. And then just some energy shield clusters over here. Yeah. And then this is just spell damage and critical strike chance, some cast speed, some cast speed. Yeah. Then for our ascendancies, we're running Trickster, so we went for Escape Artist into Spellbreaker so that we can get the chance to suppress spell damage as well as the prevent plus 10% of suppressed spell damage and the 50% chance for energy shield recharge to start when you suppress spell damage. So pretty good stuff. Yeah, helps with our sustain a lot. And to top it off, we also went into Soul Drinker for the energy shield leech. and overleech, in fact. Yeah, so originally we were using 1 step ahead, but I figured actually if I'm using Arctic armor, then I'm already immune to freeze. There's actually not much value in getting 1 step ahead, so we decided to go for more sustain, as well as with this we'll have 20% increased cast speed while leeching energy shield, which is all the time, so it will also help with our damage. Yeah, I contemplated going for Swift Killer for more frenzy charges, or actually for Heartstopper to help with the survivability, but I somehow like Soul Drinker more. But I don't know, I might try out Heartstopper if I manage to feel like it. Yeah, so that's pretty much the skill tree. So yeah, for crit chance, even though we have all of that, our crit chance isn't actually the best. So currently, without anything, we're running at 62.72%. With the power charges and with our diamond flask up, well, you can't see the power charges now, but with the power charges and diamond flask up, we'll have about let's see, oh yeah, with the power charges and our diamond flask up, we should hit about 100% more or less, or 90 plus. Yeah, but even if we don't, we also have our frost shield over here. So with that, we have yeah, with the frost shield we hit 92, and if we have full power charges we'll hit 100. Yeah, so most of the time we have 100% crit chance, which helps a lot. And yeah, so that's it for all the stuff. I hope I didn't miss out anything. Alright, cool. So without further ado, let's do a map showcase just to let y'all see how it performs, and I'll probably mute myself. So we'll do a Dunes map, a tier 15. We don't have any tier 16 maps yet, unfortunately. So we'll do this. It has temp chains, which is annoying, but I don't think it will affect us too much. And we'll also run, let's run the Searing Exile, as well as to get some Nico. Let me see if I have any. Just need a moment to catch up. Nah, it's fine. Yeah. So we'll run this, and let's go. Oh yeah, I forgot. For Pantheons, I'm running Sword of Arakali just for the damage over time, because that's our greatest enemy now. And we are also running Aberrath for the 60% less duration of Ignite, and we also got the Mega Era, so that we are unaffected by Burning Ground, which destroys us because of the damage over time. Yeah. Previously, I contemplated getting Brine King and to get Claiborne, so that we have 100% chance to avoid being frozen. But eventually, I was able to feed in Arctic armor, so we are immune to freeze anyway, so I don't need this. So I decided we'll stick to Arakali. The next step is just to either get Primal 1 for the increased recovery rate of energy shield, or Maligaro for the debuffs. Yeah. So we'll think about it. And well, let's go. Blind devotion, empty notions. Like a roaring ocean, slow in motion.
intertwine with their universe and its cosmic symphony.
Alright, so that was the map showcase. So yeah, as you can see, mapping wise it's alright, it's decent. Boss fight, obviously for Winter Orb as always, single target sucks. But honestly, I think this is already pretty not bad. I think as compared to my previous last league, because last league I also played Winter Orb Trickster. And I think as compared to the previous league, in terms of survivability and damage, this one comes out on top for both. We are much more tankier because of Arctic armor and just the amount of mitigation that we have, as well as all the ailment avoidance as compared to the previous league. And in terms of damage as well, I think that for single target, it's also better. Yeah. So I think overall pretty good. Our next steps from here is really just to see if we can level up to 93. It won't make much of a difference. If we do level up to 93, I think our plan would be either to get the 8% increased damage for each aura or hero skills, or we might go for maybe the 1% increased spell damage per 16 int. Either that, or we'll go for more evasion, 30% increased evasion rating while you have energy shield, or the energy shield one. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. Or alternatively, we could get Zealot's Oath, because currently we do have life regen, about 140. So if we could get that, then it will help with our sustain as well. Otherwise, we can also gain 3% of maximum mana as extra max energy shield for even more energy shield. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Oh, we could also get this. Maybe we should get the 100% increased charge duration. Then I think our frenzy charges will be 100% uptime. We'll see. As for gear, we are currently trying to 6-link this Sadie's Guard. Pretty sick stuff. 8% chance to suppress spell damage. And Tier 2 increase evasion energy shield, as well as 88 max energy shield and some tier 1 lightning rest. Yeah. So if we do manage to 6-link it and then we swap it over, I think not sure, I can't recall, but I think our spell suppression chance might not be able to be kept, but doesn't matter. It'll be like 97% or something, yeah, which is fine. Although it's a shame that we lose the frenzy charge generation, but yeah, that's for next time. Yep. So overall, I'm quite happy with this build, with how it's turned out, and we'll continue pushing to get to tier 16. Currently, we are only on tier 15. We haven't managed to get any tier 16 maps. Oh, we have reached tier 16. My bad. Yeah, but we haven't hit any conquerors or serious, so we'll probably try and push for that along the way. And yeah, if you have any suggestions or any comments, feel free to let me know, or any questions as well, just feel free to let me know and I'll do my best to answer them. But otherwise, thank you for watching, and if there's any update, I'll let y'all know. If not, adios.